Hello YouTube, my name is Kangov, and I've been posting Twitch tips on my TikTok for many months now. I collected the first 30 into a YouTube video, so you didn't have to go scrolling through my TikTok, and this is part 2 of that with 30 more tips. I'm actually switching to a new TikTok account this month to fix my very wonky analytics, so this will be the last video in the series for the time being. But make sure you leave a comment if anything in this video is helpful, and go follow my new TikTok account. Don't make all your goals number-based. Goals like follower count or view count rely almost entirely on other people. No matter how hard you work, a part of content creation success will always be luck and exposure. But it can be disheartening when you don't hit any of the goals you set for yourself, so make sure you set some that rely purely on you. For example, starting a new YouTube series, streaming a specific game more often, starting an account on a new platform, joining more creator discords. These are all good goals that you can achieve all on your own. Get advice from a variety of sources and do your own research. There's no set-in-stone formula that will guarantee you success, fame, or money in streaming. There's lots of advice out there that is helpful for a majority of people. You should never rely solely on 1 or 2 TikTok advice accounts or YouTube channels to plan your entire streaming career based on. Try new things, ask people directly, take advice from smaller accounts, look into your own analytics. Diversify what you take in order to improve what you put out. Unsolicited advice comes with the territory. This is one that I hate to have to break to you, but people on the internet, no matter how well-intentioned, are really bad at reading the room. You can say a video is the best thing you've ever made and that you've never been prouder of yourself, and there will still be a comment pointing out your mistakes. Sometimes it's a blessing in disguise because comments boost your videos, and maybe you actually just missed the mistake. But you unfortunately just have to get used to the fact that people are always going to try to tell you how to make your own content and how to quote-unquote fix your content. The sooner you learn to brush off the dumb comments and appreciate the actually helpful ones, the better. Inspiration is good, copying is bad. It's borderline impossible to be 100% unique and or original online at this point, but I would recommend aiming for at least 50%. We all end up as an amalgamation of the things we consume in day-to-day life. Just try to be mindful of whether you're taking inspiration from someone or straight up copying someone. This is a double-edged sword as well. It will not only be a lot harder to progress if your starting points are copycats, because some people will assume their original ideas and expect you to come up with more that are similar. But also, on the other side, some people will notice if you copy too closely and call you out on it. In fact, people might even call you out on copying when you were not copying at all. Shout out to the VTuber community. Ask your friends to judge you. If you have friends who frequently view your content or are willing to take some time to catch up on it, ask them to give you feedback. Sometimes we end up in an echo chamber because those who consume our content probably consume it because they like it, and those who don't like it either leave or are rude about not liking it, so you kind of ignore them. But changing, diversifying, and adapting are at least a little bit required to progress. So find someone, or multiple someones, whose opinions you trust, but who you know also won't be an asshole about it, and ask them to give you feedback on what they think you could change or improve in your content. Make more things optional. This applies to so many parts of content creation, and I find a lot of people struggle with the balance of less is more versus more is more. So any way you can find to give your audience the option to choose themselves is a good idea in mind. For example, some people need captions and some people loathe them. So add the Twitch extension that gives chat the ability to turn them on or off on their own. Some people can afford to subscribe, some can't. So make certain paid incentives available for free with high amounts of channel points. Some people love all of your content, and some are only there for 1 or 2 platforms to use. So make individual roles in your Discord instead of pinging everyone for all notifications. Little things like this can bring a lot more people into your community. Don't call out lurkers. The vast majority of small streamers have a lurk command, and people often try to use one even in chats that don't have it. Those people are the people who want you to know they're there watching and supporting, just not chatting right now. Thanking them is a wonderful thing to do. But if you have your viewers list open for whatever reason, do not call out people who are in the list and have not alerted you at all to their presence. This used to happen to me a lot, where I would watch people with around 3 viewers, and when no one was chatting, they would call me out and say it was fine because they know me and just wanted someone to chat. But it put me off of certain streams a lot, because if I'm lurking, it's probably for a reason, and oftentimes I'm lurking in multiple streams at once, and I don't want to seem rude if someone calls me out asking me something, but if I'm not replying, it's probably because I didn't even know they mentioned me. Let the lurkers lurk. Be honest about your preferences. This can apply to only playing games you enjoy, not the most popular release that you think is boring. This can apply to having rules against certain things being said in your chat, even if other streamers allow those things in chat. This can mean doing community nights only for subscribers. This can mean making a public post telling people to not DM you unsolicited. This can mean saying no to invitations that you're not actually interested in instead of just doing it for the clout. Basically, set boundaries and focus on your own enjoyment of creating. When you start having more fun, your community will start growing. Don't compare schedules. Sometimes it's easy to fall into the trap of believing certain streamers are more successful than you because they stream every day or their streams are 8 hours long. You don't have to do either of those things to grow, and most people burn out from doing those. When you first start streaming, you should not treat content like a full-time job. Do not throw away your social life or current job for it, and keep in mind everyone's schedules are different. If your job only gives you time to stream twice a week, you can still grow just as much as the person who streams every day. If you get burnt out by streams longer than 3 hours, you can still get as many viewers as someone who streams for 6 hours. Quality over quantity does actually apply to streaming. Add a time zone to your social media posts about upcoming streams or content. It doesn't have to be your time zone if you prefer keeping your location more private, but add a time zone, any time zone, to your schedules, to your going live tweets, in your Discord, etc., so that people actually know when you're going live instead of having to guess what 4 p.m. means. Know your limits. Some people can do 24-hour streams, but that doesn't mean you have to. Some people complete entire games in one sitting, but it's fine if you need 3 streams to beat the game. Some of us can survive horror games on stream, and some would have an actual heart attack. I've mentioned multiple times that comparison is the killer of creativity, but seriously, your limits are different than other people's, and that does not make them a better streamer than you. It's been a while since tip 15, where I gave you terms to ban in your Twitch chat to help avoid bots. So here's some more you should add as banned terms. Streamboo.com. Bot services. Match your profile pictures. I'm guilty of not doing this on every single platform I have, but I still recommend it. A lot of people recognize a profile picture before a username, and sometimes a platform won't let you have the exact username because it's taken, but if you have a similar name and the exact same profile picture, most people will realize it's you. Consistent branding in general is just a good thing. Figure out your goal first. People stream and create content for various different reasons, but like anything in life, you cannot expect a different outcome from the same action. If your goal is to make friends, you want to focus on things like getting yourself out there, applying to SMPs, events, or tournaments. You want to turn this into a job, you need to focus more on branding yourself in a way that's appealing to both a wide audience and potential sponsors. If you're just streaming because you think you and your boys are funny in VC, then just keep being funny. Whatever your main goal is, try your best to figure out the baby steps that goal needs. Don't just follow someone else's steps thinking you'll get your own unique goal achieved that way. Set up moderation tools before you start streaming. Ban any terms you can think of that might dox you, like your last name, home address, or school. Turn on whichever level of chat verification you think is best. I personally require people to have a verified email in my chat. Add your friends as moderators. Add Seribot to your chat. And make sure you set chat rules. Don't let the numbers get to your head. You'll lose a lot of people's trust and respect if you only want to be around bigger creators, or you'll abandon people who considered you a friend when you start growing and they don't. I've sadly seen this happen multiple times, and if you only want to be around creators with similar or larger numbers than you, do the small streamers a favor and don't pretend you care about them or their content. Let us streamers who don't equate numbers with worth find each other instead. The number next to your name does not define your worth, and it does not define how good or bad your content is. Having a viral video will not turn content creation into a career. Unfortunately, if you're starting streaming now, then you and I both missed the window of the internet where a viral video made you famous. This window was pretty small in the 2018 to 2021 era. A viral video might still make you recognizable and gain you a bit of a following, but please do not quit your day job just because you made a trending TikTok sound. My most viewed TikTok has over 4 million views. My biggest stream had over 100 concurrent viewers. I've gained over 1,000 YouTube subs in under 6 months, and I can still barely pay my internet bill with the amount of money I make online each month. If you do have a video do well, you should absolutely capitalize on it, but don't set your expectations too high. It takes a lot of marketing, time, and energy to turn a viral video into a career, and it will never, ever be instant. Don't get discouraged by a dip in viewership. This happens to everyone for various reasons, and it can be disheartening or make you want to give up, but think about it from a viewer's perspective. If a creator starts posting less, you are going to watch them less. If a creator starts sounding defeated and not so interested in their own stream, you're going to worry what's wrong instead of having fun watching, and you might not go back to that streamer. If a creator constantly complains their content's not getting views, instead of just putting out better content or asking for suggestions, you're gonna feel like you're just a number to them, not a valued community member. So as a creator, keep posting, keep improving, keep reading the analytics, but view a dip as a chance to improve, not the time to quit. A lot of algorithms are device-based, not account-based. If you've ever looked at TikTok on your computer and gotten really confused because your For You page is showing wildly different things than on your phone, that's the algorithm at work. We like to think the algorithm only pushes popular things, and while it does prioritize those, websites require you to accept cookies for a reason. That reason is that each individual device you watch on collects data individually, even if you're using the same account. If you only watch cat videos on your PC and only watch ASMR videos on your phone, there may be a little crossover. I love those videos of cats purring into the mic. The primary things you'll see are those two categories on the respective device you view them on. This is why it is so important to make long and short form content. You want people watching you at home at the computer and on the go on their phone. That's how they'll get pushed your videos everywhere they watch. Most people are not watching full-length YouTube videos on their commute, but they might scroll through shorts on their phone. And most people don't have TikToks running in the background while working on the computer, but they may have streams or long YouTube Let's Plays for background noise. Basically, just post your content everywhere. You don't need 3 monitors. You just don't. Everyone looks back on their old content and feels embarrassed. I would bet a lot of money that no one who's been creating for more than a few months can say they have never done something cringeworthy. You will grow and change, and sometimes the things you love now you'll find cringe. Sometimes the things you do in the future, current you would have found cringe. Don't let a little embarrassment stop you from creating, because you can't improve if you never post. Do your taxes. Tax season has just passed, and if you are a new streamer, you likely don't have affiliate or at least are not making enough to stress about it yet, but when you get to the point of getting at least a few payouts a year, you need to file it on your taxes in most countries. You should get an email from Twitch about it in March, but you can also find the forms on your Twitch dashboard if you go under Analytics and Payouts. Don't buy or gift subs on mobile. Mobile subs cost more on Twitch, but the streamer does not get more from it. I don't fully understand why that works out, but it has to do with the App Store requirements. So if you're going to push for subs, you might want to encourage your viewers to subscribe on their computer or through the desktop view in a browser on their phone, not through the Twitch app. Don't use too many fonts. I've seen this a lot on media kits. It applies to overlays, announcement graphics, reference sheets, and more. More than 3 fonts almost always looks messy. If you need to emphasize or separate things, try using bolds, italics, or a different color in the same font instead. It's okay to do things bit by bit. You don't have to start posting on 7 different social medias the same day. You can join them slowly. You don't need to sit down and edit an entire YouTube video in one go. You can do it in a few sessions. Anything that seems super overwhelming might end up not being overwhelming, but plan things out as though it will be, so that you can do things little by little and still complete them on time. Figure out which bots work best for you. Things like Nightbot, Streamlabs, and Streamelements are seen as standard for a lot of small streamers, but that doesn't actually mean they're the best choice for your stream's need. MixedUpBot, SariBot, and KofiBot are all bots I personally have modded in my chat, but there's also Lumia Streambot, MooBot, Firebot, and FrostyBot that I see used fairly often. You can figure this out by watching tutorials, asking other streamers, finding out who's behind the bots. Streamelements has been getting some heat the last few months, or even just trial and error. Speak kindly to yourself. This applies in every aspect of life, and it's just something you should be doing regardless of what's going on. But in terms of streaming and content creation, if you're constantly blaming yourself for lost followers, telling yourself your content isn't good enough, trying to change too many things at once, instead of letting something stay scuffed while you fix other things, you will burn out faster and end up disliking content creation because you'll associate it with such negative context. If people are consuming your content, even just 1 or 2, that alone is proof that it is good enough, and there's always room to improve later. Don't forget to tell yourself that and allow yourself to remember how much you've grown already. Join communities. You'll never realize just how many people out there like the same things as you, have the exact advice you need, come from the same place as you, are trying to reach the same goal as you, and so much more until you join creator spaces. The Native VTuber Network has been one of the most wonderful places I've been a part of as a streamer, but many SMP communities, small Discord servers, and even Twitter communities have been eye-opening and introduced me to so many fun people. Reach out. I talked about this a little bit previously, but I've specifically talked about asking questions then to get more advice. This time, I'm telling you to face your anxiety and reach out to other streamers, to game developers, to server owners, to brands. Make your own opportunities. Go back and watch my first 30 tips, because this is the last one in the series for now. And I bet you've forgotten some or missed some that would help you out. Thank you for watching, and good luck with your streaming journey. You've got this.